fall of Absalom, Sisera, Samson, Gedaliah, and Hezekiah serve as cautionary biblical references to us all about the danger of misplaced trust and the importance of discernment. These biblical characters, who were once mighty and powerful, fell victim of their own naivety and lack of awareness. If Absalom had known that the counsel that came from Hushai after Ahithophel's advice were not in his best interest, he would have reacted differently. He would have been more courteous, more discerning, and more aware of the potential dangers that lay ahead. But alas, he was blinded by his own confidence and lack of wisdom. 2 Samuel chapter 17 verse 1 to 22. Similarly, Sisera's mishap was sealed when he sought refuge in Jael's tent. He was oblivious of the fact that his enemy was hiding behind a mask of hospitality. If only he had known the truth, he would have approached his situation with greater caution and vigilance. Judges chapter 4 verse 17 to 24. Samson's story is another classic example of the dangers of misplaced trust. His love for Delilah blinded him to her true intentions, and he paid the ultimate price for his lack of discernment. If only he had known that her desire to his weakness was not out of loyalty but of betrayal, he would have approached her with greater caution. Judges chapter 16 verse 4 to 20. How about Gedaliah, who was pre-informed about the deadly intention of Ishmael, yet he trivialized the warning, confused an enemy for a friend, dined with his adversary recklessly, and consequently shipwrecked his own life and destiny. Jeremiah chapter 41 verse 1 to 2. And then there was Hezekiah, who showed off his wealth and power to foreign dignitaries, unaware that they were mere spies, seeking to exploit his vulnerability. If only he had known that these people were not the special welcoming guests they feigned themselves to be, he would have been more guarded in his interactions with them. Isaiah chapter 39 verse 1 to 7. Beloved, the autobiographies of many powerful men who died like mere men often reveal tragic consequences of misplaced trust and lack of discernment around masked enemies. Great giants have been brought down by enemies they thought were friends, by knives they confused for wives, and by traitors thought were loyalists. Their stories should serve as a warning to us all, reminding us of the importance of being vigilant and discerning in our relationships and dealings with others. Haven't Jesus informed us that he's sending us forth as sheep in the midst of wolves? Then we should take his advice and become wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Didn't Jesus further caution us never to be naive, as some people will impugn our motives and others will smear our reputation? Matthew chapter 10 verse 16 to 17. Didn't the Bible also tell us to have respect unto the covenant? For the dark places of the earth are full of the habitations of cruelty. Psalms 74 verse 20. Beloved, all of these biblical references and many more were written for us, lest we fall victim of our own naivety and lack of awareness. Get vigilant, following the dictates of the spirit of discernment as it guides you to know who to trust and who to be cautious around. Let's learn from the mistakes of others. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning. Romans chapter 15 verse 4. In the end, it isn't just about being strong or powerful, it's about being wise and discerning. May the Lord give you understanding. God bless you. Jesus is Lord.
This is Olusegun Ladegbuwa, stretching beyond the temple to reach the lost.